Hey everybody, how you doing today? How's my hair?
He's got to beautify himself before we start. He's got to primp. Now, primp, not
pimp.
pimp.
Although, there is a story. But we won't get into that now. So anyway.
We're here today to talk about boondocking, because we love to do it, and how we manage our resources when we're boondocking so we can stretch our time out as much as possible.
And I'm going to be just along for the ride, because I just drive. I'm the chauffeur.
What works for us is it's going to vary. It might be different for you. When you boondock, how you use your resources, there's so much that goes into it. The size of your holding tanks, the draw of your energy that you use, how much water you use, what your water management practices are, and all of that's going to affect how long you can stay out boondocking without having to refill, go dump tanks, and so forth.
Depending on if you're by a creek or a lake or whatever.
And for us, in this big rig, our biggest energy draw is our refrigerator. We love it. We love that it's a 23 cubic foot electric residential fridge.
We love to hate it.
We love to hate it, right? And it has an ice maker inside it.
Yes.
It's wonderful to have, but it sucks a lot of energy. But we'll talk about how we've managed that boondocking and made it work for us.
So first of all, how big are our tanks? Our fresh water is 60. Our black tank is 45. Our gray tank for the shower and the sink in the bathroom is
60.
And our galley tank for the kitchen sink is
60.
60.
So we have 120 gallons of gray water capacity total, which is a lot.
Yeah, and I wish they would have put that into the black tank.
And I wish they would have put it into the fresh tank.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. The fresh tank would have been good.
Boondocking wise, over the summer, just to give you an idea of how much time we've spent boondocking, we left Savannah, Georgia, which was the last RV park we stayed at before we started heading west. So we left Savannah, Georgia, May 10th. Started heading west, and the next campground that we paid to stay at was the HDT rally in Caldwell, Idaho. And we stayed there for a week. And then from there, we did pay to spend 4 nights in Grand Teton. It was a boondocking campground, but we paid to stay there.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
And then the Madison River campground that we stayed at about half an hour outside Bozeman, that also was a boondocking campground. We only paid $6 a night for that one. We were there for 4 nights. And then when we went to Phillipsburg, where he has family, we paid to stay at an RV park there. So for the whole summer, 120 total nights of camping, we spent $628 on campgrounds or RV parks. So if you average that out over our whole summer of camping, that averages out to about $5 a day. So that isn't bad.
If you look at it that way, I'd rather pay $0.
That lets us put our money into other fun things. So this year, for example, whatever money we saved helped us pay for the car and the work we did on Grace. Let's jump into how we manage each of our resources, and we'll start with electric. We spent our first year on the road boondocking in this rig exactly as it was set up from the factory. It came with one 12-volt house battery.
Nice job, Forest River.
And nothing solar to help us out. We did buy a little generator, a 2200 watt Westinghouse generator, and that got us through for our first year. We, in order to manage our energy, we would watch that battery, and when it got low, we'd run the generator to charge it back up, which took usually 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, one battery didn't take very long.
And we would run the generator for a couple hours in the evening so that we could watch TV, or if I was working on the computer, we could do that. And that was about it. And then at night, because the refrigerator runs constantly, before we went to bed at night, we just shut the inverter off and shut the power down overnight.
Depending on how cold it was, we would.
And those refrigerators, when you think about it, they're just a big cooler. And what we found is if you close them and leave them shut overnight, over the course of 10 or 12 hours, they won't lose more than about 3 degrees.
And that's how I kept my girlish figure. I couldn't get up in the middle of the night and get a snack. She locked it.
Put a padlock around the door. But that really helped us in our power management. Now, in winter of 2018, we went ahead and installed solar on the rig. He installed solar.
And my son.
So we put 1,000 watts on the roof, 975, but rounding up. And we put in 8 6-volt golf cart batteries and a 3,000 watt inverter. And that has done us very well.
Yes. That has done us very well until this redneck thought I could get more power into them batteries if I just flip this little lever right here on the inverter. Well, it blew up 4 of them. So now we're down to 4 batteries. It's still working, but not as efficient or as comfortable as I would like. We can make it through the night with the refrigerator running. It's just I'm a little OCD on the battery, and I'm constantly running between the phone and the battery thing on the wall.
So we're here at the sugar beet harvest, and our whole purpose here is when we get done with this, we want to replace our battery bank with lithium. And they're expensive. So that's what our sugar beet money is going for this year, is a bank of lithium batteries that from everybody we've talked to have said it's an absolute game changer for power on the road.
And a razor for me.
Yeah, he's getting a little shaggy.
Lithium batteries and a razor.
So the next thing that's an issue to manage is water. Fresh water.
Remember, we only have a 60-gallon fresh water.
And I would say we use probably, maybe 2 to 3 gallons a day just for drinking?
Yeah. I reckon 2 to 3 gallons, yeah.
We have that countertop water purifier, and it holds 2.5 gallons, and we fill that up at least once a day, I think.
Yeah.
We don't haul bottled drinking water around with us. We just use whatever's out of the tap.
I know, everybody's going to go,
Well, that's why we have the filter. We run it through that filter. It takes everything out of it. So
I've been drinking out of cricks ever since I was this high, so I'm still alive, people.
he might be a little touched, but he's
Might
still
be.
alive.
I am touched. I am touched.
But that's probably that and dishes and flushing the toilet, because when you're when you're RVing, you don't want to be shy with that. You don't want to be shy with your water. And so that's probably where the majority of our water goes. As far as showers, we use other people's showers.
Yeah, hi. What's up?
Well, you acting like I can use your shower. Just take a shower.
Really?
Be okay if I use your shower?
No. Uh-uh.
Well, I got my own rubber ducky. Please, just maybe.
Really?
Just a little stinky.
Okay. Fine. You want to come in?
Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I've been known to be a shower whore. I'm not shy to use somebody else's shower. No.
But we will if we're near a truck stop. For example, when we were in Biloxi, Mississippi, the Love's truck stop wasn't too terribly far away. So every couple of days, we just pack our stuff up and go down to the truck stop and use their shower.
Yep.
And they're always clean, and you can, take as long a shower as you need to, and it helps. Then in between, you can use wipes. You can do what they call a prison bath or a hooker bath, where you just soap up and rinse the important parts. And if you're near a water source, you can always pull lake or stream water. I do that to wash my hair because I have to wash my hair every single day. I can't stand it if I don't. So
Face it, we've all skinny dipped. I have lots. So if you're boondocking with us,
so you've been warned. And then we've also collected rainwater.
We've been trying to stretch our water, and you can see my hair's wet. I came out here and used the rainwater to wash my hair, which was really nice.
When we've had a good downpour and we've been boondocking, we have collected rainwater just to use for things like rinsing the dishes or washing hair. Or he went out in the pouring down storm with a bar of soap and a towel and stood there in the middle of the campsite and
told you I wasn't scared.
he's not shy.
Hey, we're grown-ups. We've all played doctor and house.
No wonder we didn't have any wildlife coming around.
We're jealous.
We've talked about getting a solar shower for when we're boondocking. They're super easy to use. They have about a 5-gallon bladder. You just let it sit out in the sun. It heats it up, and they have a little pop-up enclosure, and you pop in there and take a shower. And we've really talked about getting one because if we're near a water source, it's super easy to. I don't care if I pull water out of a lake or a stream or a river or something for my bath water. It doesn't have to come out of a pristine water spigot. I just want
to see it when she's done. It looks like the pond water. It's dirty. You'd never know. No.
There's ways of getting water to your rig. A lot of people haul jerry cans where you can just take those and fill them up. We have this bladder.
And we're going to disappear. This thing right here,
I don't know if,
believe it or not, it's 30 gallons.
yeah, I don't know if you can see the whole thing. But this is it's a 30-gallon water bladder that's nylon on the outside and food grade vinyl on the inside. And you just have a couple of spouts. And what we do is we'll put it on Grace's sleeper bed and fill it there, and then come back and just gravity feed it into the water tank. But for about $70, you can buy a transfer pump and pump it from the bag into your tank. So you can put it in your truck bed, wherever you had a flat space. It's about 2.5 feet by about 3 feet.
Yeah.
It's not huge.
It's not. It's 30 gallons. It blows up like a bloated cow, but it's
But
30 gallons, packs up pretty good.
But it's great because it folds down to about the size of a t-shirt.
Yep.
And it makes it really easy to carry around. We're not carrying around big bulky jerry cans. So that's really nice. And now that we have the bed on the truck, we can just strap it to the back there and fill it up.
Or I'm thinking of a container, a water container of some sort. So.
And then finally, that brings us to our last one. How do we manage the black tank? Well,
We just dump it right out there in the middle of the field. Cows do it. So we figured we could just do it. It's all biodegradable. Toilet paper's biodegradable, ain't it?
we have two different rules for bathrooms. I have my bathroom.
And mine God's given me.
And then there's his bathroom.
So
My bathroom. And then there's his bathroom. He keeps trying to get me to use his bathroom, and I'm just not quite there.
sorry. I like skinny dipping too. I'm just like a little freak of a hippie. I'm not either.
No, he's not. Redneck, yes. Hippie, no. But the black tank, and we can go. It's just the two of us. We've gone 3 full weeks without dumping the black tank. Between all three, balancing all 3 tanks, we are good for a maximum of about 12 days, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Before we have to start thinking about dumping, well, not even dumping the black, but before we have to think about getting fresh water.
12 days to us is good. There might be people out there that, I mean, they got one of them composting toilets, that do a lot longer.
Yeah.
I can't get her to do a composting toilet, and
I don't know. I'm like this about it. We've talked to people who really love them. I'm not sure if I'm good with a human kitty litter box in the house. I don't know.
yeah, and who's got to clean it. But let's go on to a different subject because I'm not really into this. It's really crappy.
And then when we're camping, when we're in an RV park, we cook and eat off of regular dishes just like we always have done. But if we're boondocking, we do a lot of barbecue meals and a lot of paper plates because it just helps us extend our time by stretching our water, not having to do those dishes. If I cook, I try to cook a 1-pot meal so I'm not dirtying 3 or 4 pots and pans. So I think that covers everything we do when we're boondocking to help us stretch our time out and make our resources last. And if you're interested in hearing how our solar setup is doing, if you want a more comprehensive review of our solar system, leave a comment for us. We are going to make some changes to it, but having had it for 2 years now, there's things we would have done differently. I think once we get the new batteries, that'll make a big difference.
I can get a couple more hours of cartoons in.
Right.
So with that, we would like to thank you, each and every one of you guys. Thank you very much for subscribing, watching, and leave more comments. I want y'all to tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong. I know I'm going to get a lot of rights and not many wrongs. Tell me I'm wrong.
And let us know if you have any questions about any of what we do out here. We'd be glad to share it with you. And if there's something we missed, ask us.
I'll be glad to get on Google and let you know.
All right, y'all, take care, and we will see you all again very soon.
Thank you very much. Bye.